if I aim at nothing, I don't hit nothing. I end up hitting something I never intended on hitting in the first place. And so that's always my biggest fear with my discipleship process is what did I not talk about? Because if I didn't, then I have to wonder what is shaping that. Because if I'm not, maybe the world is. I had met a guy who had shared the gospel with me, and then he really just said, hey, I think this is what we need. I think this would be your proper next step, is to truly be discipled, to understand really what it means to follow Jesus, to make him known, to understand his commandments. It was one of the greatest experiences for me because it really taught me, man, how to connect with the Creator. When I went through it at the beginning is when I had just given my life to Christ. And so some of the biggest things was, man, how do I read my Bible in an effective way? From, man, how do I even read my Bible, to very elaborate and expansive to, man, what even is the Trinity? How is God the Father different from God the Son versus God the Spirit? And it's very complex things. I feel like it laid the foundation for something that I could grow upon by just keeping those disciplines intact every single day. The biggest thing is it's not necessarily the content that you're going through, but it's the connection you get with that specific disciple maker. Well, one of the guys I'm taking through discipleship, his name is Ross. He's not a baby believer at all, but we get to sit and understand, and I get to process, hey, he's not someone that I need to train on how to read the Bible with. But your disciple maker's job is to understand who you are and where you're at in your relationship with Christ to help best understand, man, how can I help you achieve that best next step? Really how I saw discipleship not being just like a knowledge transfer, but a life transfer is when I was being discipled, what that looked like is my disciple maker took me to literally do like everything with him, to go like shopping for groceries, to go to the store, and to hang out with him and his kids and his wife. And I do that same thing with my men, where we go to the grocery store, they come to my house and see me interact with my wife. They do a whole bunch of things with me so they can see, man, what is this dude like? Not only when he's sitting here reading the Bible with me, but when we're at the grocery store, what is he like in his normal life? Some of the guys I'm discipling I work with, so they get to see, what am I like when I work every day? And so that's the most amazing thing, is they get to see the congruency of my life, not only while I'm reading the word, but when I'm just living my normal life as well. It was never the case where Jesus just reached one disciple and said, man, that's enough. But he said, man, I'm going to get 12. And not saying that 12 is a limit. Obviously, Jesus casted a wide net and caught a lot. My ministry will never be ending. And so I'm looking to, man, what I want to do is just disciple men and disciple men and disciple men who will then disciple other men. The A-life means to me to have a life that is completely free and abundant in Christ. So meaning that, man, knowing that I'm no longer a slave to sin, and I am walking and trusting in the promises of God, taking your next step over and over and over again.